All right, let's look at neighbouring Mozambique now. That's also been grappling with heavy rains that continue to wreak havoc there in the country, prone to flooding during this time of year. Now, infrastructure having been damaged by torrential rains, also strong waters also engulfing rivers as well as swollen dams. Mudslides have also affected some residential areas. Economic activities likely to be affected due to roads being severely damaged. And of course, let's now look at this particular story in greater detail, looking at some of the parts that have been hit and how the country is processing what is currently taking place. Let's have a conversation now. Wilker Dias, activist and executive director of the Decide platform in Mozambique, joining us live this evening. A very good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time. Give us a sense of how things are looking.
Good evening. So we are living one worst situation, and maybe tomorrow and after tomorrow we will see the same situation. For now, we have 8 deaths, victims of these floods in the different regions in Mozambique, in particular in the south in Maputo. Gaza is the most affected area. Gaza, we have 1 dam or damage. The water are destroyed. The Makarat dam. It's in the video. You can see in the video. So it's because they received the water from the different parts of the interland countries. But we have the same situation in Sofala province. The principal reason Sofala, it's one of the most affected area during these all times in Mozambique, or this time of the year. So we have people, the national street the first time are we don't have access. We saw during the 3 or 4 days left the same situation. Right now we have the critical condition to the cars traffic right now. And in Maputo city, in Maputo province, most particular in the residential sites, we have a lot of water, and we have so many people displaced at this moment. So this is the first view of the situation in Mozambique. And for the rescue people, we have some complications because we don't have some mechanisms to try to rescue the people. We have one example in Mapai, for example, in the Gaza province. We have 68 people who need to be saved by the authorities, but we don't have conditions. For example, one helicopter, we don't have helicopter to rescue that people. To have one helicopter, we have a lot of time. Different if you compare, for example, if we have a political situation, if you compare it like the last demonstration in Mozambique, we see the helicopter in the one time. So it's a different situation right now, and we have a critical situation in Mozambique for now.
Has the official death toll been released, and how many people are currently displaced? Do you know?
Yes, we have more than 128 I think 128,000 people displaced at this moment, or are suffering with these floods at this moment in Mozambique, because it's not in particular in south and center. The south and center is the most affected area, but we have in other places like in Mekuburi district, for example. It's the other place we have that situation. So that is the reason we have a lot of people who are suffering with this flood at this moment. They are displaced and is staying in the schools because the government created some conditions to put that people in the schools, in the regional schools, very close for their house, and to try to provide the basic things to that people survive.
And when it comes to the death toll, do you know officially where things stand?
The dead people?
Yes. Yes. Do we know
the
number?
Yes, the number is 8. We have 8 deaths for now during this whole process. And we have the people are dead with the other situation. For example, with because raining too much, the people use coal to cooking their things, and the most part of the times put inside of their homes. And that type of thing sometimes created a fire inside of their homes. Like we have one situation in Maputo, we lost one family because he cooking inside of their home and used the coal to try to prepare that things to eat. So that is the one other example of the type of things we'll see for now.
So one of the things that's been a concern there, as we're also seeing some of the dams, is that some of the reports are saying about 8 river basins are also now at flood alert levels. How concerned is, the government and everyone around who are also trying to rescue people about this particular state of rivers as well as the dams?
Yeah, so now the government increased the level of alert because the dam, for example, the dam in Gaza received the water from the Limpopo River, so it's destroyed right now. So the government maybe in the next hours we found one way to try to rescue dead people in this particular area, because it's the one very most affected area in Gaza at this moment, and the government are trying to create some conditions to rescue, to help, because in the next 24 hours maybe the level of the water increase in 2 meters. So that is too much. It's very high, and we need to see what will happen in the next hours.
So when we talk about the flooding story in Mozambique, the story of Rosita is always one that South Africans even resonate with, right? And we're seeing reports that are suggesting that she may have passed. Is that the case?
Yes, it's not particular this case, but we run for the same situation, because
Pardon me. Pardon me, Wilker. I was asking if it's true, if in fact she is, she did pass on.
Yes, it's true. Yes, she passed on, I think, before yesterday, and we received that information for the official channels, and the president also gave one letter about that. And unfortunately, we saw the same situation like Rosita passed 25 years ago on the same province, in the Gaza province, with that whole situation in the Limpopo River.
Appreciate your time, Wilker. Thank you so much for speaking to us. And if you're wondering, Rosita was that miracle baby that was born on a tree there, and her mother climbed to that tree during a flooding situation nearly 26 years ago, and was then subsequently rescued. And we're hearing that, in fact, she has since passed on. But appreciate your time. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Activist and Executive Director of the Decide platform in Mozambique. That's Wilker Dias.